Hello, good morning, and welcome to Christopher McLeod's AKA Diagnostic 80, the Full Force podcast, News Burst Live, unboxing. Today, we're going to be getting stuck into this beauty. Yes, the G.I. Joe Ninja Force Minimates NYCC 2022 exclusive. Bit late on the uptake here, but this little beautiful box set of cool little Minimates. We'll be busting into this today. I thought I'd do a little I think that'll be the end of all the Diamond Select Toys stuff that they sent me. I say the end. I mean, it's been amazing. Thank you very much to Diamond Select Toys for sending me multiple busts, Destro, both heads, the Prophet Director one and the regular one, the Storm Shadow bust, the diorama gallery, the gallery diorama statues of the Baroness, two of Destros, two of Snake Eyes. What else they sent me? The first Minimates we opened, which were the long box G.I. Joe and Cobra Minimates. And finally, this. Thank you so much, Diamond Select Toys. Very generous to send me all of these to have a look at. And yeah, we'll be getting stuck in to this beauty today. Who's in the chat? Anyone? Michael Jean Fleming, always there. Ninja Force. Full Ninja Force. We might have to do that at the end. Yes. Hello. Thank you very much for joining. If you're watching, throw us a like, throw us a subscribe on YouTube if you want to. That'd be great. Thanks. All of the good stuff, all of the reacts, and yeah, comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on this beautiful little set, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the DST stuff overall, the Diamond Select Toys statues and what have you. Like I said at the start of this, I'm not really a statue guy, but honestly, some of these things are so good that Phoebe even agrees. Some of these things are so good that I've kind of been like, I don't know, brought on to really liking them. Phoebe loves them too, by the sounds of things. Anyway, yes, Minimates are on the deck today. Hello, Sergeant Slaughterhouse. How are you doing? Let us know how you're getting on. Where are you at? What you're doing this morning? Is it too early for you? Have you been up for hours? Let me know in the comments. I like to hear about it. Hello, Pastor Pierogi. I love when companies use deep cut characters, says the Pierogi. Yes, same. And this is definitely one of those things where you've got very like mainstream characters, but versions that are very rarely utilized here. And of course, like you say, deep cut in Dr. Biggles Jones, who's involved in this too. But I suppose let's just get to it. Let's get into this box and yeah, start enjoying the content. So yeah, we'll start with this beautiful box. One of the things I really like about it is the VHS style packaging they've given us. Now, there's a few little kind of things going on here. First off, this particular cover with the Minimates art is actually representing or referencing a comic cover for G.I. Joe as well. So I can't remember the issue. It's like 130 something. I can't remember. It's up there in the hundreds though when they switched to G.I. Joe and Snake Eyes, etc., etc. And obviously, Ninja Force being the theme on this one, that's what they've referenced. They've kind of homaged that cover, but also they've made it a VHS tape. So as if there was like a VHS episode of this particular kind of scenario. Now, around this time, I believe, well, Ninja Force appeared in the Deke cartoon, didn't they? So we definitely got Ninja Force in the Deke cartoon. Not sure if we got this Snake Eyes in the Deke cartoon, though. I believe it was version 4 Snake Eyes and the rest of Ninja Force. 135, possibly Pastor Pierogi. Yeah, I think it might be. Sergeant Slaughterhouse says Shabang was my favorite of the Ninja Force characters. Yeah, Shabang was pretty cool. Or TJ Bang or Chabang. I think I used to call him Chabang back in the day. And I remember seeing that figure on the back of the card because I picked up Dojo, Nunchuck, and Snake Eyes, I believe, back then. And the Night Creeper, the version 2 Night Creeper. So I had those figures. And on the back of the card, I could see like Zartan I really wanted, Scarlet I really wanted, Chabang I was really excited for because he looked kind of cool and different. It was a new character. He had a weird name. So yeah, I definitely like that character as well, Sarge. Johnny B54, good morning. I think it's 135, the issue. I'd have to, let me just quickly double check. There's no way to know. Of course there is. I have a mini computer in my hand that would tell me all of my questions, answers all my questions. A phone of this size. Yeah, do you like all the references? Probably not. Marvel G.I. Joe 135. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 135. And there is the cover in question. Ow, just bumped that with my head. But there you go. That's the comparison. As you can see, Snake Eyes and his actual, that's the Marvel database fandom I'm looking at the moment. I kind of want to just look at the actual image itself. Or not. There we go. No, so I'll just have to zoom in. So yeah, as you can see, Snake Eyes on the front, Scarlet and Storm Shadow also represented there. But of course, you've got the rest of the Ninja Force on the cover. You've got Nunchuck behind Scarlet, Shebang just in front of Scarlet, and then Dojo behind Storm Shadow. So as you can see, they just kind of really push that through. That's the cover it's homaging though. And it's kind of a fun little homage. I quite like that. Very nice indeed. But like I said, they've done it as a VHS tape. So if you can imagine that comic being in a VHS episode, that's how I'm kind of seeing it. So there's a lot of reference, a lot of crossover with this packaging. This is the slipcover. Of course, you've got the G.I. Joe Ninja Force. You've got Scarlet there, Minimates, New York Comic Con 2022 exclusive. Yes, I'm aware how late I am in reviewing this. Diamond Select Toys at the bottom there. Swinging it round to the other side, same thing, but Snake Eyes there instead of Scarlet. And then on the back, we've got a little bit more going on. We've got the Ninja Force and G.I. Joe logos, Snake Eyes, Dr. Biggles Jones, Scarlet, and Storm Shadow are inside here. When the Joe team needs something done quickly and quietly, they call in Ninja Force. Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and Scarlet can silently neutralize an opponent with their ninja fighting moves and deadly weapons. But is Ninja Force enough to defeat a threat like Cobra when they get their hands on Dr. Biggles Jones' new railgun technology? 2 inches tall, apparently. That's cute. Interchangeable parts are fully posable. I've never interchanged parts, but that's something that you can do with these. Size, parts, and articulation may vary depending on character construction. Nice. And they're all the logos, all of the logos. There you go. Now, on the bottom, you've got all the legal gump. Now, on this, I don't think there's any tape holding it in. No. So this is the slip cover. I'm gonna do this first so we can reveal the tape inside. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So that's your slip cover. Beautiful box design on this one. Jinsu is my guy, says Robert H. There's another one from the team. Yeah, absolutely. I always called him TJ Bang, says Sergeant Slaughterhouse. Yeah, apparently it's Shebang. It's almost like silent and more of a sound. Now I'm just hearing William Hung singing Shebang. Hello, everyone. Craig. Hello, buddy. Right. Yes. So this is the VHS kind of, I love it. 2-night rental sticker on that. That's brilliant. Like you ever returned it in time. I don't think I ever returned a VHS in time and never really got too chastised for it. Ninja Force, G.I. Joe Minimates. And of course, you know, you've got the tape on there that you can see kind of like sort of rewound, but not all the way. they've kind of had to return that about like, oh no, a little way through that episode. What is happening? We're looking at Minimates. We're unboxing Minimates, Angela. That's what's happening. Good morning, DJ 5Ash. Okay, top of the box, G.I. Joe Ninja Force. It's like a little like ripped off sticker with a little bit of tape, with that written on it, almost like to remind you of what's on the tape. Then you've got the official sticker on the side. Love that. This is what I really like as well. DST Video. So Diamond Select Toys have created their own video company here. And Be Kind, Please Rewind. Absolutely brilliant. The amount of times I saw that sort of call out on these tapes is quite a lot, actually. And then we have the figures. Yes, in their little window box on the other side. We've got Snake Eyes and Biggles Jones at the top. We've got Scarlet and Storm Shadow at the bottom. Scarlet has a separate hairpiece there as well. We've got gold nunchucks and gold swords, I think, for Scarlet. We've got the white weapons for Storm Shadow, the sai and the sword. We've got the huge rail gun for Dr. Biggles Jones, and we've got the blue nunchucks, the pistol and the swords for Snake Eyes. Oh, and he also gets a little couple of daggers as well, which is pretty cool. So lots of accessories in this one as well. Very cool. They are gonna get penalised for not fully rewinding. You be playing absolutely. Right, let's get into this box because that's what we want. So there's two circular tape stickers on either side. I'm going to go in bum side. Just snip that there, and then pull that open. Oh, lovely stuff. And then slide out. Whoop. Let's put that box to the side there. Here they are in another kind of cardboard explosion backing. And that's going to go to the side as well. And then we've got our Minimates in here. So take the lid off, put that over here. And there you can see all of the figures in there and the accessories. The accessories actually taped in for the most part. Yeah, like got a couple of big bits of tape. So, oh, we've also got some other weapons that were hidden. There are claws for Snake Eyes, but then also at the bottom, we've got little claws, gold claws for Scarlet, and some daggers, and this, what do they call that? That kind of little blade on a handle like that. Not Harikiri, what's it called? That is a Kuriyama. There we go, I remembered. A Kuriyama weapon right there as well. So lots of cool stuff, and they all get like little clear stands as well, which I didn't notice before because they're clear and behind them, which is nice. Okay, let's pop these out one by one then, starting with Snake Eyes. And immediately, it's always fun how cute these little figures are and how remarkably detailed they are as well. All those little secondaries on him. I love the blue color, really pops. The head is very fun as well, just those kind of like Spider-Man eyes and then like little circular bits on the side to kind of almost like the ears on his helmet basically. But yeah, very cool. Love the little grenades on the strap. Then you've got the little loop on the back there for the swords. You've got two sheaths. You've got one where you've got a holster for the pistol, and you've got a sheath for one of the blades that he's got. He's got a lot of weapons though, so I wonder if he's going to be able to hold them all. Let's get them all out. So we have got the pistol, which is tiny and still very detailed. Absolutely adorable. And I'll pop that in the holster for now. Kind of, it goes in there eventually. Just find the little... So there you go. So his little holster gun, his little pistol is in his holster on the side. Nice. Emily's going to be upset that's not rooted hair. Yeah, rooted hair. Yeah, absolutely. She certainly is going to be upset about that. I do kind of want that on some classified figures. I think that'd be kind of fun with a, for a ponytail. Problem is, obviously, it's with classified. They've gone that route of doing everything molded. So. And also at that scale, I'm not sure how good that kind of fake hair looks, but it's a fun idea nonetheless. I'm just taking all of his weapons out so that I can do a proper clean showing of those weapons. Let's just get this tape off, which is obviously practically helps, but does annoy me sometimes with trying to get these accessories out. There we go. Okay, right. That looks to be all of Snake Eyes' weapons. He comes with the two blue swords, Madam Two Swords, and they're the same length, just to show you there. He comes with these cute little blue, it's almost like a metallic blue nunchucks, which bend a little bit, but not to the point where you want to be flexing that more than I've just done. His little Wolverine claws, he's got two of those, which is pretty neat. There you go. Brilliant. And these two little daggers, which one is smaller than the other, obviously, as you can see. But they're both very, very cool. Have I managed to spin that? Yeah, there we go. So it's quite a chunky little blade, the little one. There you go. Nice. So that's all his gear. Let's try and get all of his gear on him. So I'm putting, looks like you can put both swords in the same loop at the back, possibly. I'm going to try it, but it does look like there's enough space to put both in there. Yeah, I think you can. It's a fairly tight squeeze. You have to be very kind of careful with it. But for the most part, yeah, you can squeeze both of them in there. The problem is, obviously, and I'll show you what I mean, is when they go in together, then obviously the handles get in the way and they kind of press each other out of the way. So maybe it's better to just have the one in the sheath, which still fits quite snug, and have the other one in his hand, which I'm going to do for now. We also have some, so I'm not sure if he can carry all of his weapons 100%. Now, the little blade goes in the sheath on his leg, and I've just noticed that because of the size of the sheath. Yeah, and I wonder if I've put it in the wrong way. I think I have. Let's put it in backwards. Yeah, that's better. There we go. So there's his little dagger in there. Now, obviously, we've got the claws. I wonder if you can have both of those on at the same time. You take his hand out and you put the loop around the wrist, I believe, like so. And then I think you just pinch it back in with the hand. Yeah, I think that works. I'll find out in a second anyway when it doesn't go in properly. So, yeah, you should be able to have his hand, the claw, and a little blade or nunchuck or whatever in hand as well. I'll just throw that down there. So it looks as though he can carry all but one of his weapons, although I'm going to just try and make it so that that sword goes in the same sheath in the back, and we've got like a situation where he's carrying all of his weapons, whether it's meant to be the case or not. I just want to have him kind of carry everything just to say he can. Right, so he's got both his swords in. He's holding a knife and he's got a claw on his wrist. I'm going to do the same claw on the other wrist and hold the nunchucks, and then effectively he's got all his gear on him, and it's possible. And if that's the case, yep, it looks like it is. Yeah, then we have got a winner in my eyes. As soon as I can actually, there we go. He's got all his gear on. Oh, well, he did, and then I popped the nunchucks out of his hand. I'll get there, guys, at some point today. There we go. Locked in. Look at that. He's got all his gear. He's got the swords in the sheath. He's got his blade in one hand, both claws, nunchucks in the other hand, holstered and sheathed other weapons. He is loaded, and I love the fact that he can actually store all of his gear. Is it the most practical storing situation you've ever seen? Probably not. Is he still doing it though? Absolutely. We've got to have a look at his little wrist gauntlets as well. There's a lot of nice little detail on those. Absolutely cute. This is such an adorable little figure to start us off with. Snake Eyes. What is funny about this, right, is this version of Snake Eyes is probably the least utilized in the Snake Eyes world, isn't it? Like, you kind of think of all the Snake Eyes versions out there from the vintage line. I don't think they didn't do one for the modern era, did they? For the 4-inch. It's never really come up again in many facets. This is the only other one I can think of. This one in my hand that's been done. Let me know in the comments if you think of any other Snake Eyes that have been like short shrifted in that sense, because we've even sort of had the version 4 was done for the Dollar General line in the modern era. So we have had I've got him on his little stand there as well. We have had we have had version 4 kind of done again. So it's interesting that this one has hardly had any play or say. Version 3 has been done in the modern era. But yeah, I don't know, feels like a little bit like the Ninja Force one doesn't get much love in terms of action figures. Or have they really ventured into it? Not much at all, not that I can think of. Those are way more detailed than I would have thought. They really are. They're crazy detailed, these things. Let's look at Dr. Biggles Jones. Yes, Dr. Biggles Jones actually looks really cool. There's loads going on with the doc here. So there she is. She has got a separate hairpiece, which can come off with the ears that are kind of like molded onto the hairpiece. A little ponytail at the back there. Cool little face as well. The eyes, the lips, and the lines. No, they don't do noses on the Minimates. She's got the kind of like jacket, which you can see is split down the side, so it can actually fit on. So it's almost a very odd jacket if it was real, but like the lab coat basically. And then underneath that, you have the kind of cobra blue, the cobra symbol on it, body, and like the pants, the kind of like reddy brown pants with the black boots. There she is. That's your Dr. Biggles Jones. There's the back as well, and she comes with the rail gun that is from that issue as well. So this kind of like new tech rail gun. I like the deco on it. I like the kind of the two-tone, like the silver and the kind of chromy brown almost. Very nice indeed. Nice detailing on that. So she just comes with that as an accessory, which is totally cool. I mean, there's plenty of other accessories in here for the set. She doesn't need to be decked out with loads of gear, does she, necessarily? Plus, as a doctor, most of her gear in the comic is tech. So there she is with a little rail gun, which is pretty cool. There you go. Hello, Robert Kalupatan. I'm also going to pop her on a stand as well. These are so much fun. I get so much fun out of these. Let's pop that on there. There we go. Sort of, almost nearly. Right. One thing I will tell you while I'm doing this, I've got a couple of videos lined up for you guys. Obviously, we're going to be going into the Let's Talk Classified series again when I can actually get going with that and get some time to complete them. And then the other one I was going to do was a PulseCon preview video. And do you know, I had this thought the other day, and I think it might already have been done by someone else. I don't know. But now that we've got like effectively 100 classified figures and more, I was thinking of doing a top 100. However long would that video be? It would have to be a series of videos, wouldn't it? Where we did like maybe do it in like 25s, like starting from the bottom. Now we're here, kind of thing. But I kind of want to do that. Let me know if you've already seen people do that, because I have not noticed it yet. Plus, it's such an undertaking that it would be, and you'd have to be kind of like fairly brief with each, each kind of like thing, like do like almost like a quick burst of like, number 25, like that kind of thing, with a little brief rundown of why you think that particular figure, deserves that kind of position, etc., etc. So I might wait until all figures are in hand before that happens. But at the same time, like I kind of want to get going on it. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so in that time while I've been gabbing on about that, let's have a look at Scarlet. Scarlet's wicked. Oh, wow. Okay, that's so cool. How they can make certain Minimates look good is beyond me. When you're stuck with like a certain, like shape and form and everything. Look how cool she looks. The face paint or the face print is amazing. I love the hair. The hair is very cool. There's that little there's that little molded on ear that we see on all of them on the hairpiece. I'm going to take that off actually, if you can. Yeah, it just pops off. It's like a little tab inside and a little hole in the top. And I'm going to put this hairpiece on because this is the hairpiece that you see often in the comics with. So it's almost like the comics hair and the action figure ponytail hair. which is amazing. And look at that. It's like a proper transformation. It's so 80s, 90s, isn't it? That hair. Absolutely sensational. But it's really cool that you can have two different hair pieces on her. I love that. I'm going to go with the comic one for now because I quite like that vibe. Now, she's got a lot of weapons. Can she hold them all? Probably not, because there are no loops or little kind of other elements. She's got a really cool little belt and a tassel, and obviously all of the design and deco of the figure, the shoulder pauldrons, the wrist gauntlets, everything's really, really nice. I love that deco on her as well, the gold and the green and the other neon yellow. Just awesome stuff. Now, you can put both of the claws on her wrist at the same time, obviously. So we'll do that. I do, again, I really like the Minimates because I was surprised at how much better they are than I thought they would be. When the first Minimates got shown off, I was kind of like, oh, they actually look really nice. They look really good. I was surprised at how good they looked in actual fact on the renders. But then when I got them in hand, I was like, oh yeah, these are great little figures. They're so much fun. They're cute little, fun little display pieces. In this particular set, it's nice just to have the box on display. But yeah, like there's a lot of, I don't know, there's just a lot of fun aspects to this particular line. And they are so much blooming fun. It's not even real. The wrist things work in the same way, but with the other wrist gauntlets that she has on, which are right up close to the edge of the arm, and you can't move them because they fill that whole lower arm. You have to like almost pinch it between the hand. So the hand is a little bit longer with the claw on. But I'm going to give her nunchucks in this case here, in this hand. If I can, that's another good thing. You can actually, the hands are nice and tight as well. So you're not going to necessarily drop a lot of weapons, or they're not going to fall out of there. They are on there, but they do, like, you can move them. So you can open them a little bit to get the weapon in there. He says, struggling incredibly to do so. Right, there we go. There we go. Just took a little bit of FNAFing. And yeah, that does lead, interestingly, that does leave so I've got her holding one sword. She's got both her claws and the set of nunchucks and a different hairpiece, but that does obviously leave us with two weapons. We've got the dagger and the sword in gold, and of course the other hairpiece, the kind of toy ponytail hairpiece. But I mean, it's not a bad thing that they have extra cool stuff to play with, but I am one of those people that does like to have them hold all their gear. Now, I've just thought of something, and it works. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this was on purpose, but that hairpiece actually works so well as there's two little holes either side the way it is, and they slide in there like real nice. Oh my, okay, right. So she's holding all of the gear apart from the hairpiece, and obviously that was going to be a choice that you have to make in display. So, et voila. I said all of that, and she can carry all of her gear. I'm just going to move her head and see if it makes any difference. Not really. Yeah, you can literally have her hair literally acts as a sheath for both of those, the sword and the knife. That's wicked. Okay. Yeah, I found a way. Life finds a way. She's got all the gear on, guys, and she doesn't even have a place for those swords. There we go. I'm into it. Higher Toys Firefly photos are out, says Angela. Haven't they been out? I thought Higher Toys revealed that. Do you mean the pre-order's gone up? Let's have a look. Oh, wow. So is this a new reveal? I think this is new, isn't it? Okay, so I've got work to do later today. What I'll probably do is Yep, that's amazing. Okay, so now perfect timing. Thanks, High Toys. When did that drop? 3 hours ago. How did I miss that? Typical McLeod. On the forefront of the news, as always. Yeah, so that's nice. So yeah, I'll be doing. Maybe we do that tomorrow morning. Yeah, that'll be a tomorrow morning thing, I imagine. Because of the way things have lined up here. That's really nice, though. He looks cool. Again, it's the classified version, isn't it? Basically, so they really are doing the classified style, or is it the classified? Yeah, I suppose it is. It's kind of a mixture because obviously you've got the flying drone in there. It looks a little bit different, but effectively, yeah, that is the classified style version. Typical, that isn't it? In the middle of something else happens. Won't be able to get to that this morning. Like I said, maybe later today, maybe. We'll see how it goes, but it's likely we'll just cover this in the morning and have a look at everything, all the details and everything. But yeah, that's nice. Thank you, Angela, for letting me know. For some reason, I thought Higher Toys had already revealed Firefly. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, so far so good with the Minimates. Let's pull out Storm Shadow. Also, the Higher Toys Firefly, I've just shared the pictures as well. So if you weren't aware, they're out as well on the socials. Like I said, I will try and get to that at some point. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be a tomorrow morning thing now at this rate, based on the day. But we can wait, can't we? We can be patient on my reaction to the Firefly figure. Okay, right. Got all the Storm Shadow's gear out, apart from his stand, which I do need because I'm kind of standing them up in front of me at the moment. Okay, let's have a look at Storm Shadow. Oh, he's, yeah, phenomenal. I love that they've got all the deco in here. They've got the hood over the head, all of that bloody lovely deco, the kind of snowfall as all like icicles breaking. I really like that deco. I love the fact that it goes from top to bottom and from bottom to top. It's like kind of like two different directions. Yeah, I'm going to need that. So stop dropping things. There we go. In my old age, drop everything. Very nice indeed. He's got the belt as well, but then he's also got the holster. Sorry, two sheaths. They're just two sheaths for his little daggers and everything. Nothing on the back. So maybe we are going to finally find a figure that can't carry all of its gear. We might be in that zone with this particular one. So let's see what we can do. Now, the belt does impede, in my opinion, that holster, that sheath. I always get those mixed up. So I'm not sure if I can get this in there. Kitty said, can I though? Can I? Let's see. You can. It's just extraordinarily hard. Yeah, I don't think you can. Because the handle pokes up too high. Yeah, that's very difficult to get that knife in the sheath on that thigh. So I'm not quite sure. Like it's a little bit awkward, as you can see. Like it butts up against the belt. The belt doesn't move, like it's unshiftable, and you can see the thigh piece is a little bit screwy on there. So I'm not 100% sure that's a possibility, a practical possibility. Maybe put it around the back. Okay, that works a little bit better, putting it behind the belt, but honestly, I don't know. I'm not a fan of how that blade goes into that particular sheath, but the other one goes in fine. So you can technically, if you bend the legs forward, like almost like that, then yeah, they can fit. So that's the only way. It's not the most practical thing in the world there. Also, let's stick him on a stand so we can kind of keep him in that position. So we've got 3 weapons left, and as far as I can tell, only 2 areas to hold this stuff. So I'm going to go with the sword in the right hand, and I'm going to go with the Kuriyama in the other hand because I find it quite interesting. And then do we have a place or anything for the Psy? Not really. We really don't. Maybe in the belt? No, because the belt, that's the thing. The belt's flush under the body. So there's nowhere, it doesn't really stick out. He carries a lot of his gear, but he is left with one item. So that's not bad overall. When you look at the figures that we've got here, when you look at what we've got, you kind of see, you know, if you're only talking this one dagger and this hairpiece are the only pieces that don't quite go on figures, that's not bad at all. Storm Shadow looks great, though. Absolutely love this version of him. Phenomenal stuff. Okay, right then. Maybe I can quickly squeeze in that news burst. Should we do that? Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me for this unboxing. I'll either be back immediately for the next thing, or I say immediately. It's going to take me a few minutes to get the screen, you know, all of the stuff up and ready. But we'll try. So I will see you on the next one. Guys, thank you so much. You know what to do. Stay fresh cheese bags. And as always, after 3, and thank you to Diamond Select Toys for all these beauties. 1, 2, 3, full force. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.